Okay, guys, so 2 videos in one day. Woohoo! Okay. This video is going to basically be some of the pros and cons of starting your locks on longer hair, particularly with two-strand twists. That's how I started my journey. Check back over my 1 year recap video to kind of get an idea of what my hair looks like. But the short version of that is I was a little over 3 years lock or 3 years natural or 3 years since my big chop when I started my locks. My hair was somewhere between like bra strap and mid back when fully stretched out. So I had a lot of hair, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I decided to use two-strand twists. So let's start with some of the cons of the journey. Well, first of all, it takes quite a while for the two-strand pattern to disappear. Even now, some of my locks still kind of have like that sort of outline of the pattern or like the shape a little bit of that pattern. Like your locks do plump up a little, but it takes a lot longer for the budding and everything to happen throughout. Part of that is because of two-strand twist. Part of that is also because I just have a lot of hair and it takes longer, period. Another con I would say is shrinkage. Oh my goodness. So you're looking at my hair like, you said you had like mid back hair. Well, I'd say my twist, if you look back at my two-strand starter video, are down like here. Like they're not quite at bra strap, you know? And then like they shrank up to like armpit. And I was like, okay. And they shrank a little more. And then of course I did a slight cut to kind of even it up. So then I ended up at like collarbone. So definitely a lot of shrinkage. Even aside from my cut, I think I lost, like, even if I hadn't cut my hair, I think due to shrinkage I lost at least 4 to 5 inches of hair. So that's something to consider if you're gonna do your journey this way or start your journey this way. So cons so far: shrinkage, the two-strand pattern, and definitely it takes your hair longer to look like locks. And let me specify, it does not take your hair longer to lock. That's just my personal opinion, but it does take your hair longer to look like locks. There is a difference. Like, for example, getting that perfect cylindrical shape, that's looking like locks, versus locks is like, okay, I'd say probably at like 4 months, my hair wouldn't unravel. I couldn't just take it down because there were so many microscopic strands wrapped around. So I'd say my hair was probably locked at like 4 months. But starting to look like locks, to me, it didn't even look like locks until like 8, 9 months. Even start that whole shape. It just looked like I had twist. It wasn't until like 9 months where people actually could tell, like, oh, you're locking your hair. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I mean, those really are like the major cons, I'd say. Just, you know, two-strand pattern, your hair looking like locks, it takes longer, and shrinkage, and then also just getting yourself out of that mindset. A lot of the products, a lot of the styling options, there are basically some of the things that you did to your hair all this time when you had this long natural hair, you can't do to your hair once it's locked. It's just different. The products, everything. And so that's a little bit of an adjustment that I had to learn. My beloved shea butter, we had a divorce. So, but it is what it is. So now for the pros. So many styling options. Oh my gosh. Like, I didn't even experience this so-called like ugly or awkward stage because I still had the option to style my hair. I still did my twist out, my braid outs, my bantu knots, so many options. And part of that is because I had length, but also because the two-strand twists are a lot more durable and malleable, and you can really style them a lot more than you could with like comb coils. Just my personal opinion. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But to me, I just had all the freedom of styling that I continued to have, which made the time fly by. Honestly, like, I didn't even really feel like I was on a lock journey until I was maybe 6 or 7 months in. At first, it just felt like I had kept two-strand twisting longer than what I usually do. So to me, it made the journey more seamless. I was comfortable. I never felt like ashamed of my hair or anything, which, I mean, you shouldn't regardless. Doesn't matter in your length, ladies or gentlemen. But I just felt really comfortable with my hair, and I really enjoyed the journey, and I still am enjoying the journey. Another pro is that you start out with some length already. So when that shrinkage does happen, you still already have a good bit of hair. Like even now, like I'm not even a year and a half in and I've got a good bit of hair. That's not to brag or anything, but it's nice that, you know, I've been natural all this time and I actually have something to show for it. Yes, I'm locked now, but I'm still natural. At least I have something to show for it, I feel like, you know. I think this May will be 5 years. You know, I'm excited about that. So that's pretty cool. What else? What else? Um, Current styling options, of course. Uh, Say another pro. Like I said, my hair did lock really fast, even um, despite having all this going on. It still locked really fast. So that was cool. Oh, another pro. Very little unraveling, if any. I don't think I had any unraveling, so that was really nice. Didn't have to redo any of my locks throughout the process, which is really cool. It was very easy to maintain since I was doing my own maintenance. So another pro. You can definitely maintain your own hair when you have two strand twists, because if any come down, just redo it. And then you just, of course, have to learn how to do your roots, and that's it. So, yeah, those are pretty much like I'd say the pros and cons. If you have any to add, feel free. And maybe somebody can make like a video of like the pros and cons of like comb coils or long hair or whatever your perspective is on that. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to kind of touch on that for people who maybe have long hair, who are deciding to start their lock journey. To me, it was worth it, and I would not cut my hair to start my journey. It's totally worth it, guys. You can do it. It does take a little bit longer for everything to kind of really mesh, but it's definitely doable. Check out some of the YouTubers who started their locks with two strand twists. I think there's Keisha Charmaine, you know, on her whole channel, Love Light Locks. There's Pretty Poison. There's so many people who started their locks with two strand twists who had wonderful outcomes, who are further along than I am. So just feel free to try it. I think it's a viable option, and yes, the comb coils may look smoother sooner, but you know, this is another option for people if that's just not your thing or that won't work because of your texture. So don't give up, okay? But yeah, all right. Well, have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.